Welcome back to Breakfast Daily, and we're still on the news review segment. So earlier on, we were talking about organized labor and its strike that will be embarked on Thursday, October the 10th. And we actually have a message before we get into the next topic. Good morning. Why is the president not talking about Ghana Beyond again? The issue about illegal mining is not something we must joke with. The water that the farmers are using to mix the chemicals, insecticides and herbicides before being applied to our crops is polluted with heavy metals. The color of the water is my biggest concern. Our health is at risk, especially our health care is not robust enough. Leadership has failed us. Mr. President, this one, do something about it. We deserve better. And this is Maxwell from Tadi. Thank you, Maxwell, for your message. So we'll be delving into the next topic, which is Minerals Commission kicks against blanket ban on small-scale mining. Earlier on, as we were speaking about, what the organized labor have set out to do, yes, the Minerals Commission issue came in, and the Minerals Commission has publicly rejected calls for a complete ban on small-scale mining and arguing that the blanket ban will actually be hard on legitimate operators and will also push on employment. So we have an article here on citynewsroom.com. Blanket ban on small-scale mining improper. That's the CEO of the Minerals Commission.
Can I say this?
Right.
I think we read it.
Yeah.
So for the sake of time,
Right.
I think that you see, it all boils down to this thing where what OJ said, and nobody is ready to take any action on this matter. So they are looking for excuses and so on. There is a certain development that is happening. We are seeing the colors of the water.
Right.
We are seeing the environmental degradation that is happening. Okay. We are seeing protestation all over the place. People threatening to go on strike. I mean, the churches are supposed to be, the Catholic Church is supposed to be organizing a walk on Friday. Okay. Over this matter.
Even the traditionalists and
says they are joining. Democracy Hub.
Just finished.
Just finished. Some of them were arrested to send a message across whoever.
Concerned citizens.
You get it. And so if there is something happening, and you, the head of the Minerals Commission, is talking the way he's talking, obviously you should know that the guy or they're not ready to take any action. Do you understand? How about saying that, listen, for the sake of whatever it's happening, we are halting all operations for 2 weeks. Okay,
yes.
And that
for a period of time,
exactly, and that we have an inspectorate division, okay, of the Minerals Commission. There is an inspectorate division, so this division will go to various, the various sites, the concessions that were given to, Kakalika Company Limited, Chris Limited, so and so Limited. Do you understand? And that we want to inspect what you have done. Because some of this, the one that Mrekuduka keeps talking about, community mining, it is just state-sponsored illegal mining. Because the left side has more degraded than whatever it is. So, I mean, anybody who is serious in his mind and wants to do something about whatever it is that is happening would suggest to Parliament that, hey, we are placing a ban on this thing for a month or so. And then we are reviewing the operations of all the various companies. Don't come and say that blanket bans, is not the solution. So what is the solution towards, the water?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that behind the police, the police station, there is galamsey happening over there.
And what did you do about it?
What are you doing about it? And now you reported to the police, and the police are not doing anything.
And you left it.
You just left it. I mean, you bring in military people, and the military people in the night encourage people to come, these Galamsey people to come and dig whatever they assign. And then in the morning, everybody goes home. Why? If the military guy is encouraging, who is the leader of that contingent in that area? Punish him. All you need to do is to sack 1, 2, 3, dismiss a few of them, and you will see how people will act. Listen, hunger is a very serious matter.
True.
And once people are hungry, they will do something that they will take action on this. Sack the guys, sack the police commander, sack whoever is involved. The same way Otunfo is sacking somebody.
Yeah, you
Do
should
you
do the
understand?
same thing.
And sending
the
out the
boss.
message. You know, you don't do this. Don't be telling us. It's insulting. Because what some of us know what some of these guys are doing behind closed doors with mining companies. It's not good at all. Mekuduka. Oh, listen, we can't ban. Another person talks about how you know, it's going to affect our electoral functions. And the lie here is that, oh, you know, continue mining, but then when, you know, after the election, we'll come at you. So if you have to do it now, do it now. Do it now.
Yeah.
So
make your gains now.
Make your gains now. So you are lying to the guy that you are not coming, okay? And you are lying to me that you'll be doing something about it. How insulting can you be?
All right, so OJ, but how can we actually effectively distinguish between the legal miners and illegal miners, especially with the fact that, you know, I think it was over the weekend, there was a snapshot going around from the Minerals Commission's website of how much licenses that they have given out when it comes to mining or small-scale mining. And now the question is, if you're giving out licenses like this, who is actually supervising? Who is actually monitoring? Who are we going to hold accountable? Because it seems like a lot of people just collect these licenses to say, okay, I'm legal.
Yeah.
But they're doing their thing. So now the problem is, how are we even going to, you know, see who is legal or not at this point?
Normally, I wouldn't even like, because of the existential problem we have now, this very particular conversation in terms of where he's taking us is like Agama Lizard. This is, nobody within this very decision has set that question for him. So yeah, he's briefing. And nobody in all this organized labor, and let me read for you what organized labor asked for. And for that matter, you can't even compare this story to make room for any of the action. This is it. Say an immediate declaration of state of emergency in line with blah 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 the 1992 constitution. And they said an order to halt all forms of mining into bracket legal or illegal. Guess what? In forest reserves and around water bodies. Nobody is saying that small-scale mining should be banned in perpetuity.
Yes, yeah.
The lines have been drawn in forest reserves and in around our water bodies.
So that is to say there are even people that are legal that are around those areas.
Yes, and they are doing they are legal, but they are doing illegal things there. Because when you enter the forest with a prospective license of a license to go and then by the time we open our eyes, you are mining properly, so called. What are you doing? And these people will do that and then leave the forest bare as they destroyed it. And that is why the labor is asking specific things, say forest reserves and around water bodies. You can't tell me that you can't ban such around those places to ensure that our water bodies regenerate, to ensure that our forest regenerates itself. In the face of all these climate change things and this thing, you want to tell me that you can't do anything. That's why I'm saying that it's an Agama Lizard thing, because it's thrown in that thing. Like then the whole conversation will change. Oh, how do you ban small scale mining? Nobody is asking for small scale mining to be banned.
Exactly.
They are saying that whether legal or illegal in the forest and around our water bodies, stop them now, because we are seeing the effect. And if the conversation is elevated to this level, that is where it must stay, but not incidental things that are not, you see. So like I said, the narrative is to ensure that sane minds will not be able to comment on it. Because really, if you want to go and say the funny one I heard from somebody is that how labor is calling for mining, both legal and illegal, to be banned. Mining, and therefore how do we ban mining? And it's something that we've been depending on. Really, who is asking that? We see our waters, we see what is happening to that. And I always go back, just last week when they went, the small scale miners themselves had a task force, they went to the brim. You saw the devastation. They burnt like 4 shamfans, and these people were actively mining in the riverbed. They know it's wrong, but they are doing it. And we say that whether you've given the person license or not. For now, we have a problem. Let them stop, and then we can regroup and see what can be done. That you say cannot be done. You see how then
keeps shifting.
So as for this is well, it's a general thing. Is what do you call it? It's general knowledge. So he's just doing his bit. Yes, just speaking some. So you can't ban. And then he set social studies question. You answer, and then you go.
Can't you see most of our institutions now create platform for people to come and throw all manner of gibberish?
Yes, sure.
Parliament will set up a committee, and then the government appointee will appear and tell us, stories.
You know where we've gotten to,
rather than
Catholic bishops.
Actions,
yes. Catholic bishops want to embark on a prayer walk. That's where it's gotten to.
You get it.
A prayer walk.
You get it. So then the other day we were talking about football. I mean, our stadia has been declared, not fit for purpose. And then you had GFA people appear, and then this one is saying that it is the ministry. The ministry says that it is the sports authority. Sports authority says that it is rather FIFA. So FIFA says that it's CAF.
Even this example tells us how, if we want to act, if we put our mind to it, we'll be able to act. Guess what? When FIFA wrote to us, CAF said that we can't use the Accra Sports Stadium. The authorities in charge rallied around, including the presidency, to ensure that not in the year of Janado that we will go and play our match outside.
Somewhere else.
So everything was done possible to ensure that the Accra Sports Stadium was in good shape to host it. Look, renovation that people have called for the dressing rooms for years. Everything was done.
So it is possible to actually halt it for some time.
Yeah. Why not? It is possible now has been politicized.
Yes. That's why I use the phrase, it is possible. It is possible to do it.
It's possible that has been politicized. But see, I mean, as I was saying, I think that the excuses are too many.
Yeah.
And these are people who are, living on outrageous salaries, benefits, all manner of things, entertainment, gardener, watchman, everything that you can think of. So at the end of every month, I know about a certain official who takes home 80,000 plus Ghana cedis every month.
Wow.
Every month. When you call him right now and ask him about, his area of work and that this is what you discovered, he will give you excuses that it is not him.
So that means they are all not connected.
Oh no, nothing.
Nothing.
If the presidency is talking this way,
nothing shows
the ministry
that they are
is saying
all
something
connected.
else. The committee is saying another thing. The Minerals Commission another. The police people. Where are we going?
Well, okay, let's look into the.
But
issue.
we should bring in the IGP. They mentioned a particular police station. If that is one of their facilities, and that I'm saying is happening
around there, and nothing is happening.
There's a commander,
and the Minerals Commission actually knew about it.
Exactly. I mean, the IGP might want to speak to this particular matter as to what has happened and what directive he is ready to give to an officer, to deal with this particular matter. Because, we can't continue to be doing this. There are better things to talk about every now and then. Then we come, and it's the same story we are repeating. Calling on people to take action. And they are not. Churches, everybody is talking about it. And the president is sitting somewhere, relaxed. I'm sure this morning he's drinking the best of, coffee that he can think of.
All right, over to the next one. We're just going to spend some minutes here. So Democracy Hub protest and Oliver Vomawo Baka actually denied bail. So we know that 21 Democracy Hub protesters were granted bail yesterday and 2 others denied bail. Do you see this as selective justice at play?
Well, it can only be described as such because, well, they went on a demonstration and then
as a group
and something happened. They were picked up, and then for me, I think the whole shenanigans surrounding this, I didn't like denying them bail and all that. This could have been dealt with in such a manner that yes, they've misbehaved. Some of them misbehaved,
yes,
obviously, from some of the pictures we saw from there.
Yeah.
But that is it, it's demonstration. And yes, the laws were supposed to work. You've taken them on. I don't think this going back for not allowing them to see their lawyers, talk to family and all that. Those psychological games, we live in an era that these things shouldn't be the way to go. I'm a little bit surprised about the two who have been denied bail because, well, the judge gave his reasons was that he can't guarantee that he will go back and do something of that nature again. But guess what? He's on bail on treason. But on a misdemeanor, they can't grant him bail. It looks funny, but that's the law. It looks funny to me. I just can't explain it because on treason, he's on bail. Then on a misdemeanor, you say, I can't grant bail.
And misdemeanor is actually lesser than the
treason. Treason is one of the highest ones. And he's standing trial for treason as well. So it looks a little bit funny for me when it comes to that. But really, if the laws will be allowed to work, let's allow it to work.
True. And
work in a manner that it wouldn't look discriminatory when you are observing from afar, because that is what the whole thing surrounding it looked to be. That okay, these people want to show them something, then you are showing using state power to show them something. No, when it must, when I observe from afar, let me see some justice being dispensed and all that. But it shouldn't look as if you want to squeeze people because of a certain cause they believe in or not. They shouldn't be that way.
Right.
See, I mean, coincidentally, the demonstrators, the name they've given to themselves is what? Democracy Hub.
Yeah.
Okay. So under democracy, a lot is required of us. Okay. And key there is that it's civil liberty. Your civic rights has to be respected. And that will include demonstrating.
Yeah.
But now,
rights to protest. Yeah.
Exactly. The right to protest. Now, in doing so, you are supposed to act responsibly. Okay? Now, I mean, if we all saw the video as to what some of them did, and emphasis is on some, not everybody.
Not everybody.
So you just don't go out there and round up everybody in the name of being rowdy or being destructive. As a police officer or under the criminal justice system, proof beyond reasonable doubt is key. Okay? So, I mean, maybe we are just passing by, going to, let's say, 37 military hospital to visit a relative. A police officer standing somewhere suspected that, oh, you could be involved.
Yeah.
As part of the demonstrators. You are picked up. Then you are being transferred from one place to the other. Your family doesn't know about you. The person who you had gone there to, or you were to visit, or maybe give medication to.
Yeah, there was an issue like that.
Okay, thank you.
There was an issue like that.
I didn't hear that.
There was an issue like that where one of the protesters that was remanded wrote from, the police station. Yeah. Felicity, she actually wrote that there was a guy that went to visit his pregnant wife.
Can you imagine?
And then he was going to buy some meds or complete the amount of money that they were demanding, but he was also picked up. So
I mean, see, you get it. Yeah. So then, whatever that medication is supposed to do to that lady, I mean, only God knows what happened.
Yeah.
Because he had been arrested. The police decided to, they decided to do a blanket arrest. Okay? And that is where we are. Now, I mean, these are young people. Some of them, how are they going to raise some of those bail bonds?
True.
How are they? Some of them students, unemployed.
Yeah.
So many things. Okay? Again, for exercising their democratic right, you've arrested them and locked them up. Those who are in gainful employment, by the time you release them a month or two later, they would have lost their jobs. Their kids' school fees, other things, and so on. Listen, democracy comes with a lot of responsibility. So it's not just what we stand on platform to talk about, but we need to live it. We need to live it. And living it includes the courts, the police, everybody, you and I. We have to live democracy. I mean, let me tie this into one of your topics about the gay. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Parliament passes, a legislation. The thing is supposed to go to the president. The presidency issues the statement threatening Parliament, don't bring this thing to us. The next morning, some people go to,
the Supreme Court.
They are in the Supreme Court. The Chief Justice decide on the matter. Today this, the following day that, the next morning this. Now you are blaming, you are blaming the Attorney General and Parliament for not filing whatever processes they are supposed to file. Listen, I've been in court several times. After somebody sues you, you are supposed to respond. And you are given a certain day to respond. Failure to do that, the court can take whatever action, judgment against you, and it could be default judgment or otherwise. But why? Whatever is happening now, it looks like the judiciary is now part of, the presidency preventing a certain action from happening. If the Attorney General refuses to file, go ahead and give your judgment. If Parliament is not, go ahead and give whatever judgment you have to give. In between that, then there are other courts of the same, Supreme Court giving judgment saying that, hey, listen, I mean, the Supreme Court of this country cannot change the legislation as far as gay rights are concerned. So then let's respect that and throw away whatever is happening over there and stop. I mean, wasting everybody's time.
Today they are marching to the Supreme Court to present a petition. So those.
No, but then another Supreme Court, I think another bench.
Yes, they are deciding on another case.
On another case.
Different case.
Yeah, but that has some similarity with this particular one.
Well, this one, yes, it has similarities that you can say, but this one has to do with the transmission and to the presidency
for his assent.
For his assent, and then the two cases have been made against it, and that is what they need to decide on. But like you're saying, the Supreme Court says that those who are required to file their responses have not, and that is why it's been delayed. Today, they say they are presenting a petition to ask of the Chief Justice to ensure that this thing happens.
Right.
So
but the democracy I mean, let's make it clear. The police should tell us, and then the court should also tell us, are they punishing the people before trial? Because that is what it's looking like. Punishment before trial. I mean, Vomao has been here. He was accused of trying to stage a coup on Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook coup. Yeah, that is why he's on bail. Yeah, we didn't see him with a gun marching to a particular place to say that so and so. He wrote something on Facebook. That is what we are supposed to be dealing with. And he's being kept there. Medical conditions here and there.
Yeah.
Over how many people? I mean, like I said, democracy comes with a law. You just don't eat and sleep under democracy. You need to live it. Live it. Live it. And if you are living under a president who says that, listen, I believe in Ghana. I am a human rights lawyer. Okay? If you're a human rights lawyer, it's not just that you say it by word of mouth.
Yeah. It comes with action.
Praise.
Anyway, on that note, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me today. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had Larry Dogbe, who's the managing editor at the Herald newspaper, and Richard Mensah, who's the head of programs production at City FM. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you to each and everyone that sent a message. Thank you for staying with us. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Breakfast Daily will be back with more.